Joshua.
Joshua.
We are back for another top anime discussion. This time we have top anime groups.
Now, this group word is very, very broad. This can range from anything from like a guild to an entire race.
Yeah,
So we were
entire
very, very
species.
broad. Broad. With that being said, we're just gonna hop right into it with honorable mentions. My first honorable mention is gonna be the Phantom Troop from Hunter x Hunter.
It's a good one.
They're a cool group overall. I've always liked the spider concept that they had going on, with the legs and whatnot. Hisoka was a great member of that group. Prolo was great. A lot of the members had their own personality.
Hisoka's fantastic. I love him.
So there was a lot of great things to like about that group. It didn't quite make it into my list, but that's just because some of these are pretty insane.
My first honorable mention are the demons. This is a race from Yu Yu Hakusho. Starting with Hiei, he was the OG.
Good old Hiei.
Good old Hiei. He was fantastic. He got the Vegeta role kind of played on him. He was
A little
bad
bit.
and turned good, but he got some parallels. But he was very different as a character. If you haven't seen it, definitely go
It's
back.
good.
It's
Just watching it myself. It's a pretty good show.
that's it. It's pretty good. But all the
Hiei,
way,
Kurama,
I say Toguro, the
the
Toguro
girls.
brothers.
Yep.
There were a lot of good demons, a lot of bad
good
demons, but the whole race was just super interesting, and it definitely left a mark on my memory. So.
I agree. Going into next honorable mention, I got the Forgers from Spy Family.
All right.
Can't have a list without Starlight Anya on it. She is one of the best things in anime right now, and just their whole family dynamic, I think, is amazing. If you haven't watched the show, I would check it out.
Number 12 coming in for me is L's Task Force from Death Note. This was just Death Note is a fantastic show. It's a nice, quick, 30-something episodes, but
The game of cat and mouse is just a great dynamic in that show, and so you can't really. L's a great character. So it's no reason to, no wonder he'd be on your list right now.
Yeah, no, he's fantastic. But him, Wazuri, and the whole gang, they were just that, like you said, the whole game of cat and mouse. It was just something to remember.
Oh yeah, those guys had a real good. They had a good thing going for a little while until people started dying, but that's the way it goes. Coming in for me next is going to be the Arbiters from Death Parade. Good old Death Parade, another very short, very sweet show. That one is anime only. There is no manga. It was made by a studio, but it's very short. And yeah, the Arbiters are basically they decide where you go after you die, and there's just a really cool dynamic there. The show itself is very interesting, but they all have their own personalities, even though they're not really supposed to. It's very interesting.
Very interesting. Take some dark turns. Waiting on a possible season 2, and studio, if you hear us, give me that season 2. Next on my list, last for the honorable mentions, we are going with Class 3E from Assassination Classroom. They are a group of misfits. They were not doing too well in class, so in this elitist society, they kind of just got thrown to the wayside until Kudo Sensei popped up in their lives and basically told them one day, was like, "Hey, I'm your new teacher. I'm not teaching you academics. I'm teaching you assassination. Your goal is to assassinate me in the next year, or the planet goes kablooey." And just the shenanigans that they got up to in that year, the bonds that were made, all the ignorance. And it's a great watch. Another good one, Assassination Classroom. If it's not on your list, put it on your list. That is Class 3E. You alone.
All right, with that, it takes us into our actual top 10 list.
Yes, sir.
Starting off here, I wasn't sure if I could put this one on my list because I just read the manga and I don't really want to spoil anything for anybody, but it's the Devils from Chainsaw Man. Power is awesome,
Yep. The Gun Devil.
The Gun Devil
is where we are.
That's a big setup here. For for manga viewers, the Control Devil, love it, love it. When Chainsaw Man shows up, you guys know what I'm talking about. That was a great moment. There was there was some pretty awesome moments from the Devils here, especially in the manga. But the anime, they're starting to get there. Some of these Devils are starting to get pretty strong. So especially you had the Ghost Devil and people like that. So it'll be interesting to see where the anime takes it from here. Because needless to say, the manga has been amazing.
Coming in at number 10 for me, we got the Servants from the Fate series. All of these characters are just so unique, so awesome. They all represent characters throughout history that are brought back to serve as representatives in the Holy Grail War. And that's pretty much that. They bring out a bunch of badasses from the past and they just get to banging it out. We got monsters like Gilgamesh, Alexander the Great, uh, King Arthur turned out to be Queen Arthur. Go watch it for yourself if you want to figure that out. That shit was nuts. But they are all just fantastic, and it's good to see them interact and like see from a future perspective of what they actually made of their life. For some of them just pop out like, "Oh yeah, I still own this fucking world." They all got distinct personalities, and it's just a good show to watch. And they are a really good group of fucking characters and very good representation of all their time periods.
Yeah, all the Fate series are good, but yeah, the Servants are amazing. Number 9 for me is the Shinigami from Death Note.
Me too. So we just gonna go in on this one.
This is mostly carried by our boy Ryu.
Definitely,
He is
he's
a
top
plotting
notch,
ass man.
top notch level
He
ignorance.
created the series on a bored whim one day. He was like, I'm gonna drop a Death Note in the human world and see what happens. It's just because I don't feel like sitting around here and doing nothing.
Got lucky enough to find the world's most interesting man, Light Yagami, the man who was up for all of the shenanigans, bro.
And thus you get the series Death Note.
Right.
But it was a great watch, pretty short, only 30 some episodes. Definitely, if you like games of cat and mouse, this is for you.
Like we said back in the L's Task Force entry, it's just a good, quick, fantastic shit. Got ignorant real quick and got resolved. Damn near just as quick. So,
all right, number 8 for me are the Servants from Fate. Funny enough, as he touched on earlier, they all have their own distinct personalities. They're people from the past, and a lot of them are just really badass. And so they have some honestly characters that stick with me for a while, and it's a show that has that rewatchability because of the characters. I feel like so, and everybody loves the boy Gilgamesh, so you can't go wrong with that.
The memes are just forever lasting, bro. He's fantastic. Number 8 for me, the Scouts, Attack on Titan. Coming in at number 8 for me is the rage monster turned supervillain himself, Eren Yeager. This man started off day one, and it's fucked up because the second rewatch have you so fucked up to realize that the woman who ate this man's mom was low key this nigga's stepmom. Holy shit, this show is fucked. So his mom got ate by his stepmom in the first Titan attack. Drove him to want to murder everybody. Mikasa, the badass that he met, constantly just keeping him in check and actually murdering Titans all over the goddamn place. And Armin, who is just Tom goddamn foolery. All of them. Sasha Browse, Connie, fucking, they're all, every single one of them, they all got very distinct personalities. But the one that really shone bright for me for always was just Eren. Good guy, bad guy. I can't hate this nigga. I love that nigga. He's fantastic. So
that's fair enough. All right. Number 7 for me is the Black Bulls.
Me too.
I love these boys, the Black Bulls. All right. You got
what a coincidence.
Led by the captain himself, Captain Young. Physically strongest person in the entire show.
Man,
and he's fucking hilarious to me.
hilarious.
Vice Captain Knock with this fucking Mac
Bro, Vice Captain Nocta is a
is
monster.
a monster.
Such a monster. You got Asta, the only magicless person in the whole damn show, constantly smacking people in the walls.
Smacking people in the
Every time he fights
walls.
somebody,
Like,
just look at the nearest
slicing
wall.
people in half.
Man.
Bro, swinging that big ass sword around like it's nothing because he'd just been training his body his entire life because he didn't have magic to train.
You wonder what would happen if Rock Lee got dropped into another verse that is Asta.
Basically,
it's a monster.
That covers number 7 for the both of us. So
yeah,
I mean, that leads us right into number 6 for me, which are the Saiyans from Dragon Ball Z.
Hey, we're gonna get back to them then.
They obviously led for front and foremost by Goku and Vegeta being the main protagonist and deuteragonist of the show, respectively. Yeah. But they, overall, the Saiyan race is just amazing. Going around busting planets.
Yeah. Their day job was conquering, enslaving, and selling planets under Frieza's name.
Or just, like Vegeta in the beginning, just casually blowing them up for fun.
On a bathroom break.
Yeah. So, or planet, or, King Vegeta swiping away multiple planets with a swipe of his hand, or things like that. Yeah, the Saiyans overall are just great. I mean, they're a battle species, and most of them turn out to be strong as shit. I know a lot of y'all have seen that Goku moment of him smacking that bitch in the face with a Kamehameha. That bitch will go down in history. So, you don't love the Saiyans, then what's wrong with you?
So
that was 3 times. You know it was bad.
Just in case you missed it the first time. So yeah, that is number 6 for him. Coming in at number 6 for me is the Straw Hat Gang. I had a lot of pushback. Joshua, you son of a bitch, you better be grateful you got me up here, man, because I had a lot of pushback when I started this show, man.
He was not into it for a long time. I've made this man watch it, and now
he's just a professional obligation.
Listen, like, One Piece turned into from a show that I would never watch into one of the greatest things that I see the potential for it to be one of the greatest animes of all time. However, if Toei keeps this fucking pacing the way it is, we gonna have to see about that because they really dropping the fucking ball on what could be an amazing
this last chapter
series.
They just came out with for no reason was a whole recap episode.
Yeah, we don't need recap episodes of the shit we just watched.
But yeah, enough about that. Straw Hat Luffy turned out to be a monster. I didn't appreciate the fact that he was such a clown at first, but then they got me. Yeah, they got me invested in Ace low key, and then they killed him, and then and then he got his shit together. So from that day on, him, Zoro, motherfucking Robin, Nami, Chopper, Frankie, and Brooke just been murdering shit. And what is his name? Pirate D? Sanji?
You forgot about God Usopp!
And God Usopp.
500 million berries. Yeah. I love God Usopp. Don't ever insult the God Usopp.
Also, this last chapter in the manga just reaffirmed what you told me that one day. It's like, anything other than fighting, when he just standing back sniping niggas.
That man is the clutchest
he
ever.
Is still the GOAT. Yeah, no, I got nothing.
Clutchest ever.
So yeah, I was a real big hater on Usopp because I understand that anime niggas have way harsher lives than we would ever have in the real world. But y'all get superpowers. Suck it the fuck up. I didn't appreciate that.
He's the only normal one in the entire group.
That's what I'm saying. We had to have a bunch of extensive conversations about that because I didn't like it saying he was pussy. He was like, but you gotta understand, a lot less people in One Piece per capita per person have powers than a lot of other anime. So a lot of these motherfuckers walking around are just normal
Well, I
people.
mean, look at Arlong Park. He's a human. He has to fight sharks, humanoid
That's
sharks.
what I'm saying.
Like,
So,
what do you expect him to do?
I can see why niggas in this show be terrified for their life sometimes. So I feel
Enough being said about them, though. For now, moving on to number 5 for me is the Hashira from Demon Slayer. I love these boys so much. Yeah, I've read the manga on this one as well, so well, I love these. I'm a little bit more attached to these boys than maybe the normal person, but Giyu, Rengoku, R.I.P., Tengen, like they are just all so amazing, and the way that Sanemi grows throughout the series, the Wind Hashira, for those who don't know, is great to see, especially because he starts out as a fucking asshole.
character growth.
But you get his backstory and all that kind of stuff. I love getting all their backstories, especially Giyu's. Getting attached to these characters later on is great. But and then the way Rengoku literally and Tengen were able to make you grow attached to them in such a short period of time, I think was it's not a small feat to do. Usually it takes quite a long time for me to get attached, but that Rengoku shit was sad as fuck.
I mean, well, the thing that I feel like sets Demon Slayer, and I'm not as big as Demon Slayer on you and Laura and them, but I can appreciate the fact that they did it like they introduced the big bad, like first demon ever. They introduced this nigga immediately.
No
so you knew the stakes were immediately high. So this is definitely one of them. As soon as Rengoku died, this is one of them. Oh shit! I just met this nigga and I love him, and he died. This is one of them. Don't get attached to.
It was that realization that oh shit, people dying
horribly.
Like it was a wake up call, but I mean, just look at the numbers it put up. I mean, it sells itself. I mean,
it does. It does.
But yeah, the Hashira, they earned a spot in the top 5.
Top 5 coming in for me is the Akatsuki. This is just up and down the list a bunch of badass motherfuckers. From the weakest one, fucking Hedon to
Immortal ass.
Yeah, Immortal got blew up and buried and still is alive to this day, talking about I'm hungry. Let me out. Joshi, help me. To the strongest of pain. All these motherfuckers are just a bunch of killers. And even the one who's the ones, because there was 2 of them, who temporarily infiltrated them, just on some bullshit and left, they were all still just a bunch of monsters. Even to get recognized enough to get that cloak, you gotta be a fucking beast. So that is just one of the most badass anime groups.
But you gotta think, even Obito's in the group though. I mean,
yeah,
motherfucking Kamui.
They all brought Madara back and all this other.
You got Itachi. I mean, the list just goes on. Yeah, Katsuki are amazing.
So at this point, we get into cross-versal battles type shit. They're fucking good.
But we're getting into the greatest, some of the top groups in anime now, because you'll be hearing some of these names repeated. Because number 4 for me, Straw Hat Pirates.
Yeah.
Oh man, I have grown attached to each and every single one of these motherfuckers. It is gonna be. I am like when Oda final words in that interview was, "I hope no one dies." Fuck, man, this is gonna fuck everybody up. We already know. We as a community are already peeping what's about to go down with Garp. And you know how that's about to affect Luffy. Luffy's about to be...
Man.
And then you've got, Robin has the best character growth in the entire series. She went from literally not wanting to be alive to genuinely loving and caring about not only herself, but her friends. And it's just one of the greatest, developments, period. Good old God Usopp being a clutch master when he needs to be. Frankie, super. You can't let that shit go down. Good old adorable Chopper. Sanji has his great moments. Nami, titties. I don't even need to say anything else.
Yeah, but
I love Nami, her Zeus. She's the navigator. She's the only person there that's smart.
Jinbei.
Oh, the boss Jinbei.
Former warlord Jinbei.
The now number 3. The good old...
They have it
Zoro.
and they also have an alliance now, like a whole.
Yeah, they have a whole
bunch of niggas
fleet
that's
now.
a fleet.
Yeah,
now.
they have a Straw Hat
They
fleet
have
now.
a straw hat fleet now.
My boy Zoro is gonna be one of the. I can't wait for his fight with Mihawk, man. That's gonna be one of the hypest moments in the whole series.
Yeah, hopefully they explain how he lost his fucking eyeball. I'm still curious. I got so many questions, bro. We
And you
400
know,
chapters
since
later.
Oda already said keep an eye out for a dude with an eye patch, I'm really hoping we see that whoever that is. But anyway, that's my number 4, the Straw Hat Pirates.
All right. Next for me at number 4, we have the Sands. They were a bit lower on his list, but coming in for just brokenness, bustedness purposes. Since we really didn't got it in YouTube, I done started looking at other people's pages and shit. Not gonna lie, and niggas is out here really be disrespecting Goku name, thinking he just be falling out a whole bunch of niggas. Other than that, these niggas have the best combinations of forms. They got the fusions, the Pataras, the hybrid Saiyans, Gohan, who is smart and nerdy with a whole anger problem. Broly with a whole anger problem. Niggas is casually blowing up planets. Punching niggas so hard they punch themselves out of reality. Had to look around and then punch themselves back into reality. That shit was nuts. The movies go crazy. The manga go crazy. And I'm waiting to see some Black Frieza.
Number 3 for me, gotta have him here, the Akatsuki. Man,
Oh yeah,
these guys are amazing. Ranging everything from our boy Kakazu, who loves his money,
bruh.
to everybody's favorite boy Itachi.
Who is the super goat?
Super goat.
Super
Everything
goat.
from Tsukuyomi to his plan with Kodo and Matsukami in the war. Then you got people like Pain and Obito, who are just absolutely overpowered as shit. Pain pulling up on the village and blowing that shit to pieces. Obito manipulating everybody just to be manipulated by someone else who's being manipulated.
Bro, layers. Layers.
Good old Naruto. The layers upon unnecessary layers.
Unnecessary layers.
But you know, it's one of the OGs, and it's a goat for a reason. It's in the big 3 because it did so well, obviously, and Naruto is just one of the best of all times. And I'm honestly tired of people calling it mid because Naruto is that shit, and I will rewatch that bitch time and time again.
Yep.
And anybody can fight me on that.
My first ever tattoo was Sasuke's curse mark, so y'all can fucking fight me on that one. Yeah, man. It may have fell from the top 2 spotted ones, but god damn it, y'all will not call it mid. When we make a tier list, that shit is going S tier. Always. Every goddamn time. So everything in our top 5 is S tier, so we are on number 3 for me. Going back to Hunter x Hunter, we have the Chimera Ants. The reason I love this one so much is because, and I know we shit on the show a lot. But I love Hunter x Hunter, low key. The power system in this show was explained very well, and the plot of the Chimera Ants having been the next evolutional step to the human beings, it made the fact that each generation of them became stronger and stronger and stronger until the 4 guards to the king, Nefertopito, Yor, and all them. And
good old Miriam.
Yep, the good old Mario popped out his mama womb, talking about some I'm ready to be born on all the bullshit. Only lost to straight plot armor.
And yeah, literally plot armor, uncharacteristic ass Metro blowing this shit up with a poison nuke.
Bro, so yeah, some of these characters just be losing to straight plot armor. Other than that, I got nothing to say.
That's fair though. Out of all the things in Hunter x Hunter, I will say Chimera Ants were fairly interesting.
Oh, they were so
I'll definitely give you that. That brings us into the top 2. Number 2 for me, we have the Gote 13 from Bleach.
We'll put a pin in that. I'll be right back.
We have the 13 Court Guard Squad captains. Now, originally I was thinking of just keeping this to the OG 13 captains. We're talking, Yamamoto, Unohana, Aizen, and them. But outside of that, I mean, looking back, look at all those OG captains they just showed you that were monsters, murdering people. Like it was
Ishii.
nothing. Look at Ishin was an amazing captain. Kisuke Urahara was a captain.
Shinji.
Shinji. Well, he's a captain again, but
Yeah, but
still, all of these characters who are and or have been captains are all absolute monsters. Every single last one of them. And I'm tired of people shitting on the Bleachverse too, because let me tell you what, these guys are absolute fucking units. All you people
Super
saying
units.
Luffy's that man of the big three, Ichigo at the end of the series would break that man in two.
I love Luffy, but he would definitely break that man in twain.
So I mean, this shit just gets absolutely out of hand.
There's travel between realms, the possible breaking and collapsing of realms into other realms that would literally shatter the universe. All in part of people's casual plots,
You
like
gotta
they just
think,
talking
like,
about dinner, bro.
Yamamoto's Bankai, he had to put a timer on
Yep.
because if he just lets that bitch go for longer than probably a few minutes, he literally said, "You, me, everything in the Soul Society will be gone."
Gonski.
Which means within the matter of probably 15 minutes, people are starting to die from his Bankai.
That's being generous. I give it
10
he
minutes
whipped that
max,
bitch out.
probably.
We got 10 minutes till
Yeah,
you
we got
me and everything is to a crisp.
Well, I'd say 10 minutes till people start dying and 15 till everybody's dead.
That is fair.
Like,
yeah.
I mean, and you're talking. This is one of the three basically parts of this universe. There's only you have the human world, Waco Mundo, and the Soul Society. You're talking 15 minutes to eviscerate this entire place. That is absolutely insane.
Very powerful.
I mean, again, and other reasons obviously than they're just overpowered. Each one is great in their own right. Mayuri Koratsuchi being the fucking crazy scientist. Byakuya being the cold, stern brother who had a lot of character development throughout the series.
Mm-hmm.
And fucking, you can't just leave out my boy Shunsui. That man is probably my favorite captain. He is high goddamn hilarious. And everybody's fucking favorite, Kenpachi Zaraki. Nobody can sleep on that man. He's lives, breathes, eats, sleeps, Black Air Force energy. That man is on demon time all the time. He is the greatest.
Bro, every time you hear this man pop up, it's funeral processions. When the Stern Ritter popped up and this nigga popped up with three
bodies on his back.
Had to
said they were all weak. Oh yeah, that one was me. I just became a stronger me. Like that was just casual for him.
The second one,
when Ichigo pulled up on him in the Soul Society, he said, "Yeah, I'll let you get a free shot. Cut me wherever you want. The neck, the shoulder, the chest. It doesn't matter." Like the captains are just ridiculous, man. That's why they're in my number 2.
So number 2 for me, coming back to before we put the pin in it, the Fairy Tail Guild.
Pin in this one as well.
Number 2 for me, coming in at the Fairy Tail Guild. This show hit my feels so hard back when I was watching anime like hard as fuck in college, and this is when I was getting tattoos and shit. I had to wait. I still gotta wait for the Dragon Ball Z and Yu Yu Hakusho because those gonna be sleeves or whatever. But I watched through this shit, what they had at the time, and I got me that tattoo immediately. Oh my god, the power of friendship is so fucking real in this show, bro. Natsu, day 1, episode 1, bro, pops up on Lucy's Hakamatsu. Oh, you want to be a wizard? You said you're trying to join who? Fairy Tail? All right, I got you. Let's go. And from then on, bro, just became.
If you ever want to get motivated, listen to a speech from Natsu. I swear to God, he can hype you up any day of the week, anytime. You're feeling down, listen to fucking Natsu.
And all of them, like Loxus, the betrayal, treachery, and growth in this show and this guild was just fantastic. When Loxus got expelled, Makarov sent him off, and they still hit the L in the air. They hit the L in the air. That meant know, wherever you go, no matter how far you are, if we haven't seen each other in a very long time, we will always be looking after you. And that moment just sent my heart just, ah, I'm dead.
Yeah.
I'm done. And that show been fucking me up ever since. But the Fairy Tale Guild will just, if you watch that show, bro, they will always hold a special place in your heart because they are just fantastic.
No doubt about it.
I know the memes get real, but the power of friendship is real, and if you make Urza cry, you got a hell of a lot.
Listen,
of
the power of, you may hate on the power of friendship, but Fairy Tale does that shit so well.
So well.
You can't even hate on it. It is one of my honestly all time favorite animes. I will never give up on that one. Speaking of which, my number one, the Fairy Tale Guild. These motherfuckers are so hype, bro. From Naoto and Gray being at each other's throats 24/7. Brought in Juvia, she's fucking obsessed with Gray. That's just island.
I'm double sick about Fairy Tale because you lucky bastard, you
reading
watch
the manga.
Shit. Well, you watch it retroactively. You got an anime later. I watched it all to the current, and then by the time I recommended it to you,
I watched the final season. Yeah.
You got to talking about me, and I was like, I haven't seen it yet. I was like, oh wait, they came out with more shit. I was like, stop.
Yeah, I had to sit down and watch the final season with this man. And let me tell you, the experience. I'm telling you, this show. Well, this is how crazy it is. Well, this is actually a great example because I don't know how many years it had been since you had watched Fairy Tale. We sat down and watched this final season. Me and this man still both fucking cried in this bitch. Bro, this shit is so sad. She's so sad. I mean, when one of my favorite character of all time, I thought was dead. I mean, what do you expect?
Yeah. By the time I went to go rewatch this shit, I had already had the tattoo, and then it was watching.
I mean, this shit is just Fairy Tale hits so close to home. Again, the power of friendship is so tough. Everybody from Loxus and Gazio's transformations to Urza being an absolute unit all the time, having to fight the strongest people all the time. Loxus being a clutch man when he needs to be. Natsu just being Natsu. I mean,
Gildart's existence.
Enough
said. Mic drop.
Gildarts is one of the greatest characters in
Mic drop.
They have to split a city for this man
as he's walking.
I mean, I could go on for hours about Fairy Tale. It's probably one of my favorite animes of literally all time. Mm-hmm. So that's why they're coming in at number one for me.
And unpinning that other pin, the Gotei 13. This is coming in at my top number one because I said it a few videos ago when we made our top 10 anime lists that Bleach had dropped off for me because I read the manga a long time ago, but I didn't think they was ever going to finish animating that shit. Well, guess what, world? They are animating that shit. And oh my God, the shit that we are getting now is just fantastic. Everybody from the Soul Society, bro. Captains, lieutenants, and all of them. They all going crazy right now. The captains especially, though. Uno Hana being the original Kenpachi, taking the title back after Kenpachi fucking limited himself and then giving it back to him in these last couple episodes was some of the most fantastic shit you ever seen in your life. Also, Kenny finally learning his Bankai's name and all that fun shit. The shit that we get to see. I was hoping they wouldn't do the 12 episode bullshit, but they did it or whatever. It might be 13, whatever. I was hoping to see the Mayuri where the Quincy's popped up on him. And the whole room was light, bro. I can't wait for that. But for the anime onlys,
Mayuri and Kenny are gonna have two of the best.
I say, we gonna leave that in suspense for y'all. But those two are the captains to watch for the next season and a half, bro. Kenny and Mayuri Kurasuchi, because they are just tomfoolery. So, that is our video today. And
we appreciate you for tuning in.
Thank you. And I know it's been a while, but this new year, we gonna have a lot of more videos coming out. So, like I said,
if you want to see something specific, let us know. Definitely think about getting into some battle videos, some versus battles. So just let us know what you guys want to see, and we'll get to it.
Thank you. Have a good one.